Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the line of reasoning. Second time I'm doing this. I'm efficient. Today is July 10th, 2016. It's Sunday. I am recording this on a Sunday. I recorded it yesterday and went in to start editing for all the times that I went and zoned out. And realized I didn't turn the mic on again, so I recorded it and have to redo it. So I'm going to talk about the exact same stuff I talked about yesterday, today, but I'll upload it today because it takes forever to upload. And I'll post it just on Monday, and we'll just stick on the Monday schedule. The reason it wasn't there last Monday is because I was on vacation in Bass Lake, which is like an hour out of Fresno, north. Or actually east of Fresno, north from here. I was on vacation out in Bass Lake with my wife and her side of the family, and the Wi-Fi there was just like garbage. It didn't even really work. It was there, but there was like 15 of us out there, so either the Wi-Fi sucked and there was too many people on it, or the Wi-Fi sucked and it didn't matter how many people were on it. But the Wi-Fi sucked. And I was like, I brought all my stuff to do it. Then I realized how bad it was, and I'm like, it takes an hour and a half probably 2.5 hours to record, edit, upload, and publish everything. And I just didn't have the time to do it out there. So anyways, I'm doing it today. We'll just get back on the regular Monday thing. Knowing how my life works, my baby is due the 24th of August. I don't know if that's a Monday or not, but the way my life works, my baby is probably going to be born on a Monday. So I will miss that week probably, or I'll do it a little late. I don't know. I'll try. I'm doing the best I can, the best of my ability. So that's why I'm doing it today. Anywho, we can get into it. When I recorded it yesterday, I ended on kind of some heavy topics, and I didn't want to rhyme anymore. So I just rapped afterwards, and then I was going to edit it into the beginning. So I'm just going to do the rapping part first because it's kind of hard to end. What I wanted to rap was kind of like a ignorant fuck around rap. And I'm talking about some serious stuff in the podcast this week, so I just decided I'm going to rap first. So let me get this out of the way. This is a verse off one of the songs that's going to be on the album, The Devil's Advocate. And yeah, just ignorant shit that's kind of fun to rap. Here we go. Yo. I'm half wit and half stupid. Half prick and half nuisance. I'm wholesome, 3D, and that's cubic. I'll beat you till you stop playing whack music. Gat to your dome till your sideburns. Chad's in control of this cipher. Spit hot flows like a geyser. Flip hot coals in the hole with miners. Stop asking where my head's at. Cause when I right hooks, my left jabs. Keep up, peeps, my flow is exact. Whenever I pull up, y'all step back. My slow watch is a setback. I'm late to my flight, cause my jet lagged. I'm so cold that time freezes. So nice I time share my timepieces. Yeah, that's a 16. Anyways, it feels totally out of place, but whatever. I just had to get out of the way because I definitely want to show that I can rap. That's the main part of me doing this. This is just to explore the hip-hop side of me, I guess. It is fucking hot in here. But, yeah. That totally feels weird and rushed, but I still did it. Anyways, there's a few things I want to talk about. We could start off with today. Oh, yeah, so I went on the Bass Lake trip. I'll talk about that a little bit. I was on vacation for a week. It was fucking awesome. Got to wakeboard. I got to, we got to do speed drops where you're like holding onto the edge of the boat and then you just fall back. That was a lot of fun. I was cracking up at that. Wakeboarding's always been a lot of fun for me. Sea-Doo, jet ski, all that stuff. It was just a lot of fun. We got to relax. I finished my book, the Rap Yearbook, which is upstairs, or I'd go get it. But basically, it goes from 1979 to 2014. It's up to 2014 because I bought it in 2015. And it's not like this guy's favorite songs or whatever. it's his opinion on the most important songs of each year. So it does 79 to 14, and it has songs like 79 was Rapper's Delight, 80 was The Breaks, Curtis Blow. I'm definitely not going to get them all in order right, but just songs like that. Like the most important song in 2000, let me think. 2008 was A Milli, Lil Wayne. 2006 was Hustlin', Rick Ross. 2003 was 50 Cent. Anyways, the most important, like, which changed hip hop in the way of like, it had the most influence on the culture of hip hop. So when he was writing like the Rick Ross one, like he made fun of Rick Ross for rhyming Atlantic with Atlantic, but he was still acknowledging like it was an important song because it kind of was the pioneer song that changed imagination rap. So like Rick Ross was a cop, he was a CO, a jail officer or whatever, and he's lying in every one of his raps saying that he used to sell coke and do all this stuff. He's got Bugattis and all this crazy shit, and he's a drug dealer. Like basically writing out this fantasy. It's his imagination, and people didn't really care when they found out that he used to be a cop, and he's been totally lying. Which the stuff I listen to is all about the authenticity and like you have to stay true to who you are, tell your story. Don't be that guy who's lying, or everyone's gonna think you're a fucking clown. But that song, Rick Ross Hustlin', was like the it was important to hip hop because it played a role in hip hop, whether I like it or not. It definitely played its role to where people were okay to lie. Like Drake, we all just found out Drake has ghostwriters, which every singer in the fucking world, most I shouldn't say every, most singers in R&B or whatever have writers for them, and there's no shame in it because they can sing it. But in hip hop, I feel like it's pretty important that you write your own stuff. But that's just my own personal opinion, where the authenticity of it is there, and I can like feel you in your life, and I can step inside your world. That's what I look for. Some people just like want to listen to the music, the rhythm. Oh yeah, like Drake can deliver it well. Who cares if he writes it? Which it's still like whatever. It's music. But where was I going with that? Nobody cares that Drake doesn't write his own stuff. Old school people do, but this new generation does not care. I do, and I'm definitely part of the new generation, but like I fuck with the old school stuff. I have more of the old school mentality, so it kind of like lets me down, but I don't really listen to Drake anyway, so it doesn't mean anything to me. But it's still like, wow, that's fucking whack. Like, you don't write your own bars. It's just because like I put so much time, like all these notebooks I have everywhere just writing rhymes. I have thousands. I'm not gonna start showing you all my rhymes, but 95% of them don't make it, and the ones that do are like I really try hard on them. So when I hear that he doesn't, it's like, oh, and he's a millionaire, you know, whatever. It's kind of lame, but whatever. That's enough about that. So yeah, I was in Bass Lake, got to chill out before the baby comes. It's probably my last it's definitely going to be my last vacation before I'm a dad. So I just tried to like stay in the moment and accept I'm about to be a dad. I don't know, I'm excited. But what else happened? When we were there, I found out Kevin Durant got traded to Golden State Warriors. I'm going to state my opinion on that real quick also. So I'm a huge basketball fan. Kevin Durant, since like 2008, has been my favorite player, other than Kobe. I'm always going to stick with Kobe. Kobe's always been my favorite player. I don't know why a lot of people hate Kobe, but he's just the man to me. I grew up the Lakers, Kobe and Shaq. That whole thing was like my stuff. But Kevin Durant was like my number 2, which I would call my favorite player because Kobe's just like no shit. It's kind of like who's the best player? Obviously, it's Michael Jordan, and if you say he's not, you're freaking retarded. But then it's like, who's the number 2, basically? So Kevin Durant was my guy. But before that, LeBron was. And in 2003, when he got drafted, I was on LeBron. Like, LeBron was like my fucking, like, the savior, the chosen one. This dude's like 17 or 18, however old he was. He's out of high school. And I just would watch him play, and I'm like, damn, it was just so exciting for me. For some reason, I latched onto LeBron. Like, and when I mean latch on, like, he was the background of my MySpace page, and he, with Get Low as my theme song. not my theme song, the MySpace song. Whenever you clicked on my profile, you'd see LeBron James like dunking the basketball, and Get Low by Lil Jon would start playing. I'd be like, yeah, I'm so cool. I definitely was too cool back then. If you only knew. To the window. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Kevin Durant. So then I was a huge LeBron fan, and then as soon as he went to Miami, I'm like, you're a clown. It was whack to me. I thought he's going to some stacked team to win championships, and then we'll see what happens. It's like he wasn't the savior anymore. He wasn't anything special to me. He was just like, all right, you're a sellout. That's how I viewed it. He's a sellout. Exact same thing with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was my guy. He was sticking with them, which arguably he has the most talented team in the NBA with the Thunder. Again, I'm not in his shoes, so I don't know what it's like to play with Russell Westbrook or all those people on the Thunder or his coach. It seemed like they were good, but he said they peaked, so I don't know. If what I assumed to be where he was just like over it since they lost and wanted to go win, that's whack. Now, if he were to come out and say, yeah, Russell Westbrook we just never clicked and we were forced into this chemistry. I don't know. If he said something like that, it would be a little more understandable. But the fact that he went to the Warriors, the team that he was up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals, blew it and lost 3 in a row and lost the Western Conference Finals to the Warriors, like that, the whole thing, and then like can't beat him, join him, like that's fucking clown shit. His legacy is dragged through the mud. It's just lame to me. I don't see how you could really justify going to the Warriors, other than like it's just lame. I don't know. I think it's lame. Like the Lakers, we were trying to get Chris Paul in like 2012 or whatever, and they vetoed it because the Lakers are going to be too good. So Kevin Durant joining the best team in NBA history record-wise in the regular season, and it's just going to work out. I think that's some fucking clown shit. And the Lakers have sucked ever since then, so I'm a little bitter about that, but whatever. It is what it is. I still think it's whack that Kevin Durant made the decision to go there. I could see him going, and I'm a Laker fan, huge diehard Laker fan. I could see him going to the Celtics, which is supposed to be the team I hate or whatever, which I don't really hate. I just like, whenever we play them, we want to beat them. Because they're like an up-and-coming team. I think they're the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. Like, if he were to go there and then build up with, I think they got Al Horford and Isaiah Thomas, if they were to go from there, and then him starting it without Russell Westbrook or without Serge Ibaka or without just the whole Oklahoma City Thunder, and he goes somewhere else and wins a title, he's the man, That's something I get. That's where I'm not judging leaving the Thunder because I don't really know. But the fact that he went to the Warriors, that's lame to me. But yeah, it bums me out because he was like my favorite player, and now I don't really care about him as much. I care about LeBron again, though. I hated LeBron. And when the playoffs started, I was like, I just want LeBron not to win in Cleveland just because he left. But then when I started watching the finals, I was like, damn, I actually, like, my love for LeBron came back, and I was like, I want him to win this shit. And everyone was giving me shit. Oh my god, bandwagon. I'm not bandwagon. I'm definitely, if I was bandwagon, I'd have a Steph Curry jersey. I just wanted LeBron to win. I didn't want Steph Curry to win. I think he's completely overrated. He's definitely the third best player in the NBA, hands down. But 1 is LeBron and 2 is Kevin Durant. 3 is Steph Curry. The fact he was unanimous MVP is fucking lame. How can you have a unanimous MVP when LeBron James is still playing? Like, that's fucking ridiculous. LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. It's not like oh my gosh, that's up for debate. No, it's not. LeBron is the best player in the NBA, hands down. I'll say this too, real quick, before I move on. The Cavaliers without LeBron versus the Warriors without Steph Curry, who wins? The Warriors. There's no fucking way the Warriors would lose to the Cavaliers without LeBron, without Steph Curry. So how could he be the most valuable player if LeBron means more to the Cavaliers if he's the most valuable player. That's what that means. It's not the best. It's not the flashy. It's not the new wave, the cool shit. He's shooting threes from half court, swishing them like, and then walking back court before he even knows if he makes it. Like, that's still fun. Don't get me wrong. I still love watching him. It's amazing what he can do. I'm not trying to downplay him, but he's not as good as LeBron. He doesn't mean as much to his team, and he's not as good as LeBron James. So, whatever. I wanted to talk about that. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, tonight I'm going to see Louie C.K. At the Forum in LA in Inglewood, and I'm super excited for that because I'm a huge comedy fan just in general. Comedy is like, I don't know, it's like something I just love. I listen to. I'm a huge Louie C.K. fan in general. I've seen his whole show, Louie. I've seen all the episodes of Louie. Seen all his Netflix specials, and he has this really eerie kind of weird show called Horace and Pete, which is like honestly one of my favorite shows of all time, that no one knows about because he did some underground shit with it and didn't tell anyone and didn't do any big press about it. But it's called Horace and Pete, and that shit is fucking hilarious. It's so awkward, and that's like literally it's just everything about it is like fucking awesome to me. So I'm super excited to go see Louie C.K. tonight with my wife. I don't know how exactly it's going to go because he's kind of a dark comic. Like, we went to see Dane Cook before, and I was like, oh yeah, this will work well. But Louie C.K., I don't know, he's just a little more dark. So I don't know how that's going to go, especially like I took her to see Atmosphere, and it was like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Like, it's like kind of the light hip hop, like soothing stuff, like I don't know. And then like we went to a Hobson show, and we were like in the pit, and it was just like, oh, it was bad. She got tumbled everywhere, and I was like pushing people off of her, like get the fuck. Some guy poured beer all over my head on accident. Like, it was just all bad. So I have to like watch which event she goes to. I actually got this shirt at the Atmosphere show. I'm serious. Got her a shirt too. That was a fun show. And we saw Method Man and Redman, which is fucking awesome, when we were in New York a few years ago in 2014. But yeah, that was like another kickback, like, oh yeah, stoner, like this is just flowing 90s boom bap hip hop, like it's not any like, ah, like fucking mosh, whatever, like yeah, like it wasn't any of that shit. It was just like chill out, smoke some weed, listen to hip hop, and rhyme over some beats. Like that's at least how the Method Man Redman show was. R.A. the Rugged Man and Hobson and Ill Bill, Vinny Paz, those kind of guys are not the ones I would have her attend. So yeah, I'm super stoked about that. And another thing about comedy that kind of attaches to this is with the comedy part, I'm also a huge Bill Burr, the comedian. I'm a huge fan of his also, and I listen to his podcast. Oh my god, it's hot. I want to turn on the fan, but I'm afraid it's gonna fuck up the audio. We only got like 12 more minutes. Fuck, I gotta start talking about that then. The other part. He does a podcast weekly, and that kind of honestly inspired me to do this, because I listened to that, and it's fucking hilarious. And I'm not trying to be a comedian on this, but I was like, that's a good idea. Like, I don't really see too many people do this in hip hop. I know Vinny Paz and Joe Budden do it, but I just have never had the time to sit down. I've had the time, I just have never wanted to really, have never been interested enough to sit down, which is why I probably only have 40 people who watch this. There was only 40 views last week, which is okay. I definitely have no expectations that this thing is gonna blow me up or whatever. This is just something like I can reference. I can be like, oh, you don't know that about me? I said it. There's no like I see a bunch of like when people will say something like about their personal life or their anything in their lives, whatever, an artist I follow, there's concrete evidence of what's happening. This is like kind of cool. Like, I would want to see Royce da 5'9" do this, or Eminem do this, or whoever, like Pharoah Monch. I would watch these people do a weekly vlog. That's interesting to me. So I'm trying to just do what I would want to see out of the people I follow do. That's why I'm doing it. Whatever. I'm an innovator. But Bill Burr does it, and that inspired me to do this. So, yeah. The next thing I wanted to discuss, moving on, is this is the kind of the main thing, and I know I'm kind of running out of time. I got 10 minutes to talk about it, which hopefully is enough. But is the whole police killings of, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting his name. I know it's Alton Sterling, and what the fuck? In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and then there was the dude in Minnesota, Philandro Castile. I think that's his name. Philandro Castile in Minnesota or something like that. And then the police shooting, killings of the police. So the police killed those two guys. And then that one sniper dude killed 5 and injured 11 in Dallas, protesting the other 2 killings. So I definitely want to do my part and discuss that because I have pretty strong opinions on that. And to start it out, I'm just super sad that that's where we're in as a country or as a society or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty fucking horrific that we're at a place where black men are getting killed by the police and getting off for it. These 2 instances, I don't really see, to be completely honest, I don't see as much racism as I did with, actually I do in the Alton Sterling. In the Milwaukee one, that was lack of training. I definitely want to stay on each one specifically, and I apologize if I go back and forth just because they all kind of happened in a row. But with the Alton Sterling one, he was selling the music. He had a legal firearm, and I just saw the video just before I started recording this, and it's just fucking pathetic the way he was shot. Like, I think it was 3 times, point blank. They're like, he's got a gun, which they called in for a gun. He's got a gun, and then they shoot him 3 times in the chest, point blank, wait like 8 seconds or whatever, nothing's happening, and then shoot him 3 more times. Which, I don't know how you can possibly justify the extra 3, not only the location of where you're shooting him, point blank, like, just this whole thing is a fucking mess. And I wanted to say, I don't think these people are going out of their way to hunt down black men and shoot and kill them. I don't necessarily think that's a conscious thought in their minds, like, I want to kill me some black dudes today. But I do think it's a subconscious one that lives in it's like innate in them, which is really sad that these people have this like racist seed in them. And the fucked up part is these are just cops. Like, they're just doing a job, right? So I see in my world, there's people on Facebook, and I can't fucking stand the Facebook people. It's just pathetic. Like, the things I see in my world on Facebook, and now I'm in the suburban, white, rural area, I guess, and it's just fucking, there's definitely Republicans also, but it's way more Democratic in the region I'm in, and it's just fucking disgusting watching how these people are responding to these killings. Both of these cases are murder. Back to the Milwaukee dude, that cop, it was all about the poor training. So he had a permit and a firearm. He announced he had it. The cop asked him asked him for his license and registration after he said he has a firearm. He reaches in his back pocket to get it and is shot 4 times in the arm as he's getting his license and registration, which he was requested to do so, or commanded to do so, and he's shot and killed in front of a little like 5-year-old girl and his girlfriend. That kind of shit is just like, I can't even believe there are people who watch that video and go, well, they had a busted taillight. Or the lady said in the video, we had some weed in the car. When I was riding my bike at 12 years old with a sack of weed on me without a helmet, this is not the greatest comparison, but it still is one, I did not get pulled over. And if I did, I definitely always got helmet tickets. Anyone can attest to that. I have like a huge record of not wearing a helmet tickets. But they I obviously never announced, yeah, and I also have a sack of weed on me. But if I did, there's no doubt in my mind I would not be shot and killed for it. Now, that's kind of a bad comparison, but I'm just trying to like let you know how petty of a crime these ones are committing, which is, the broken taillight, that's fucking ridiculous. I've gotten pulled over multiple times for broken taillight. Luckily, I never got a ticket. Usually they just say, hey, you have a broken taillight, go get that fixed, this is your warning. Which that might have been what he was doing. I don't fucking know, but maybe he freaked out when he heard the guy had a gun. Regardless, it's not okay that the man was murdered, especially in front of his family, and that there's people out here, there's people on my fucking Facebook feed that are saying like he shouldn't have had weed in his car, or that's what stoners get, or like just like the most like, oh, it fucking irks me. So I'm just trying to do my part in this. And actually let me talk about the police killings. Now I definitely don't think the police who got shot in Dallas had anything to do with this, and I think that was completely irrational and made absolutely no sense in my mind when I break it down. But I can see violence begets violence, the Jedi Mind Tricks album. It just does. Like, when you oppress people, like, it's when you push people down for so long, it naturally in you feel the need to push back. So when people are being pushed down, racist remarks, not getting job opportunities, all kinds of things. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. When these things are happening to people, the only thing you can expect, or when they're being shot and killed and murdered and beaten and brutalized and tortured and all this fucked up shit that's happening to them, how could you not expect there's a few people out there that go, oh yeah, you're gonna do that? Fuck you, I'll snipe the shit out of 8 of you, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, how could you not expect that? That man did not speak for all black men, and I'm sure most of them were ashamed that happened, but most of them were like, yeah, I understand why that happened, because look what you're fucking doing to us. Like, who else is gonna speak up and do it? Now, I definitely don't think that's the way to get the issue resolved, but I see how that guy could potentially think, well, no one's doing anything, might as well start killing people and make a statement. Again, I'm not like siding with him, and it's super sad that it's gotten to that point, but I don't think it's that guy's fault. I think it's the system that's set up that the black community is just being oppressed. Everyone in it is suffering from it, and I think that we have racist-ass corporate people that are pushing them down. We have racist-ass citizens that have their own opinions that I can't even fucking begin to tell you how much it annoys me. So what I'm trying to figure out, and I still haven't figured this part out, is what the fuck can I do in my own personal life to help change this situation? Because I want to quote a Brother Ali. He posted this on Facebook, I believe the day of the Alton Sterling stuff, and it just made me sit back and think, you know what? That's fucking right. Like, I just definitely related to it. So I'm gonna read it to you guys, all 1 million of you. I'm just kidding. All 12 of you. This is what Brother Ali posted, and it really hit my heart because I'm like, you know what? I definitely do need to make a stand in my own personal life, and I just don't know how to do it the right way because, like I said, obviously sniping people is not the right way, but there is a way to do it, and I just haven't figured that out. So I'm just going to start talking about it. That's the first thing I can do, strike up a conversation. But the hard part is I get so irritated at the fucking ignorance with people who talk. Like, I feel my biggest problem is I think everyone in the world's a fucking idiot. Like, it's just in the back of my mind at all times. I'm like, you're fucking retarded. You don't make any sense. You're fighting for a cause you know nothing about. Like, I'll make fun of, or I'll think bad things about people who I agree with. So how am I supposed to, what do you expect I think about the people I disagree with? Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that. But I gotta just start trying to have like a loving heart and accept people for who they are or where they're at in their lives, and try and have a discussion about how fucked up this really is and what I can do to change it. Here's what he said. A message to beloved people with living hearts. It's likely you've seen footage of ISIS, the Nazis, and the KKK terrorizing people and asked yourself, why don't the good people in that place or time do something to stop this? You may have even fantasized about what you would have done if you were there. I definitely did. When I was a kid reading about slavery and shit, I'm like, was everyone there just taught that black people are fucking animals and you just beat them to death? Like, there had to be some people who are like, this is fucked up. These dudes are humans too, you know? But what did they do? And you don't hear anything about that. You guys, we are there. Police brutalize, harass, terrorize, and murder black people every day. They're doing this in your name. They've been doing it for centuries, hiding in the fact that white America isn't good at listening to or believing black people. But now the video recordings surround us. My question to myself and you is, how serious are we about ending this, and what are we willing to sacrifice? You are that German living next to the camp. You are that nice Southerner living near the lynching tree, and you are the good Muslims living near ISIS. I believe our Creator is watching. Even if you don't believe that, our children and our hearts are watching and waiting for our answer. So, it's some powerful shit. Like, I don't really need to elaborate on that because it says it all, and I kind of already did, talking about it before. But it's the time is now. Like, this is on some like this is going to be in the textbooks, how we respond right now. So I wrote a song, and like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, last episode, the first song I wrote, and I was like, holy shit, this is pretty good. Maybe I can work off this and like make an album. The first song I wrote was about the Mike Brown murder. The cop in Ferguson, Darren Wilson, murdered that guy. That kid, I think he was 17. I believe so. It's been a few years, but I wrote a song about that, and I've had this weird thing in the back of my mind ever since I made that song. Like, fuck, it's not going to be relevant anymore because I mentioned Mike Brown and Darren Wilson. Unfortunately, it is still relevant. I could release that, like, every time it happens, I'm like, oh, fuck, I should just drop that song. Like, because that one is actually done. It has been mixed and mastered. But I'm like, no, it's got to go on the album. Maybe I'll make it a single and do a music video and do some cool shit with it. I don't know yet. But it's sad that that's still relevant. I wrote that 2 years ago and nothing has happened, and I expected that to happen. One person I have seen talk about it is Macklemore, which is still new for me. I bought his album, the new one, This Unruly Mess I Made, which is actually, it's hard for me to say this, but it's actually pretty dope because for some reason in me I have this weird thing, like I have to hate Macklemore and he has to be a gay rapper to me. But I actually do like some of his music and some of the stuff he says. Not all of it, that's for sure. He's kind of corny, which I think he kind of goes for. But I don't know. I respect his craft. How about that? And he did the song White Privilege too. And when I heard that made me buy his album. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this dude is talking about what needs to be talked about. And then I saw his Sway in the Morning interview, and I was like, oh shit. Like, and he brought all the people a part of the song, and he's like kind of leading a movement for white people who aren't the racist fucks that I see saying Blue Lives Matter the second Alton Sterling dies. Like, shit like that is just fucking disgusting. There is something we can do. So if you are watching this and you disagree with me and you think that I'm wrong, my first response is to say, fuck you, stop watching this, I don't ever want to hear from you again. But I know that is like a minor version of the police shootings where oh, fuck you, like, and that's just like moving on to the whole, oh, they're never going to understand, fuck them, let's just do our own thing. But the whole point is to try and like make the people who don't agree understand or see another side. So I have to come up with a way where I can communicate to everyone where they can hear me saying how fucked up this stuff really is. to take an actual look at the video footage of all the Eric Gardner, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, and now Alton Sterling, all these people. I could go on. I just saw a statistic actually that since 2013 there have been 4,000 police shootings. There have been 4,000 police killings, and 1%, or no, 1/10%, I believe. Oh yeah, 6 of them, something like this. I sound like an idiot because I saw this statistic and I'm saying it wrong, but I believe this was it. 4,000 police shootings, 6 cops have been convicted, which is 0.1%. So 99.9 are not being convicted. There's no way that can be. There's no way that can be accurate. Like, the fact that is a statistic is pathetic, and we are living in a racist. We're not out and about calling people the N-word anymore. It's all like behind closed doors racist. That's the world. That's the generation we're in now. We read about in our textbooks when we're in middle school or whatever, how there's colored bathrooms and white bathrooms and shit like that. That is obviously a lot more fucked up. So we've gotten there. Now we have a black president, stuff like that, which is a whole other issue. I fucking hate Obama, but I'm not gonna go there. What's it called? I think we're closet racist now, and I want to do everything in my power to stand up and say this is fucked up. One thing I have done is when I was in New York in 2014, it was around the same time as the Mike Brown shooting, and which inspired me to write the song in the first place. But they were doing a huge protest in Manhattan. We were in Manhattan. We were in downtown Manhattan, and we walked like miles with our hands up, chanting the whole way, hands up, don't shoot, no justice, no peace, no racist police. I did that, and I'm always going to participate. I'm always going to be there to speak my mind on these issues, but I feel like I need to do more. So this is a platform that I definitely have absolutely no followers on, but when I get to the point where I do, because I'm about to, hopefully people can look back on this and see where I stand. But yeah, I definitely went over the time. I think this is like a 40-minute one, which is okay because this is way too fucking important to just skip out on and not talk that much on. Now you can see why I rapped in the beginning and it seemed out of place, because if you can imagine me saying, stop asking where my head's at, because when I write hooks, my left jabs, like it's a fuck around punchline-y rhyme, and I'm not about to spit it after I talk about some shit like this. And the other song I wrote, which I wanted to rap, it wouldn't hold weight. You gotta hear that in the song. So that's gonna end it for this week. Rest in peace to all the people who have died this past week. Rest in peace to Kevin Durant's legacy. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm gonna go see Louie C.K. Hopefully I can get lifted up because I'm feeling pretty blue right now after talking about all that. Just watching like the kid, Alton Sterling's fucking 15-year-old kid on that press conference crying like that is just awful. It's horrific. So if you're racist and don't believe it, if you think you're not racist, check yourself, because a lot of people are, and it's kind of fucked up, and I definitely don't blame you as a person. So that's what I want to try, and I even find myself not being racist, but I can see myself throughout my life, not on purpose, but just naturally taking advantage of the whole white privilege aspect. So I'm trying to walk out of that, and I'm being vulnerable saying that because no one wants to admit their faults, especially me. I'm very proud, but white privilege is real, and this whole shit needs to stop, so I'm doing my part. Hopefully we can all take a stand together, and I definitely want to make that music video now because I just thought of 100 different ideas as I was talking because I'm a multitasker. Alright, everybody, that's going to be it. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you next Monday. Peace out.